Welcome back, everyone. In our previous lesson, we explored the different factors that influence Azure pricing, such as the type of service you choose, the region where it's deployed, the size of the resource, and how much you use it. Understanding those factors is important, but in real organization, we don't simply estimate cost in our heads. Before deploying any Azure solution, we want to know approximately how much it's going to cost the organization. Microsoft provides a free tool called the Azure Pricing Calculator, and that's exactly what we are going to explore today. This tool allows us to estimate the monthly cost of Azure resources before we deploy them, and this helps organizations make informed financial decisions and avoid unexpected cloud costs. Let's begin. So I'll need you to head over to azure.microsoft.com/pricing/calculator, and it should land you on this page. And you need to understand that before you can get the actual estimate and save it on your system, export it to Excel or whichever format you so desire, you will need to log in. So I'm going to log in. Now log in with my email address. Yes, so that is where we have the multi-factor authentication and Entra ID. We spoke about this. So I'm going to send a notification. Then I'm going to check my authenticator app on my phone to accept. Type the 72 and I'll say yes. So we've been authenticated. So we've got access now. So I want to stay signed in. So that's the beauty of the concept we went through. Okay. So if you check at the top, we have our search box, right? And this makes it easy to find any Azure service we are interested in estimating. And below that, you see that Microsoft has categorized all of its Azure services, including the compute. We have the storage, we've got the networking, we've got databases, we've got AI services, and many others, integration, identity, security. So as we add services to our estimate, they will appear below this section of the page where we can configure them and immediately see the estimated monthly cost. And one thing I would like to point out before we continue is that using this calculator doesn't create any Azure resources or charge your Azure subscription. Everything we are doing here is simply planning and estimating. Our FITTS Azure environment includes a virtual machine that could be used to host an internal application or a training server. So it's a good starting point. So what I'm going to do is I'll come into the search bar and type virtual machine, or you can conveniently just click on it and it should be fine. Then I'll hit on add estimate. So you see I've added the estimate and you've seen something happening here. So 137.24. So at this stage, nothing has been deployed to Azure. We've simply added it to our pricing estimate so that we can understand how much it may cost if we decide to deploy it later. So if I go down there, this is what I'm talking about, okay? So the next stage is to do what? Configure, where you decide to select the region, the operating system, and the type. So now let's go ahead and do that. So the first option is the Azure Region, which we discussed in our previous lessons. So I'm going to choose UK South since I'm here in the UK, which is a common region for organizations operating in the United Kingdom. And next, I'll select Windows, so Windows is already selected as the operating system. And it's worth mentioning that Windows virtual machines often cost slightly more than Linux virtual machines because the Windows licensing cost is included. Okay, so for the virtual machine size, I'll choose a B2 instance. So let's see B2 series. The B series is designed for lighter workloads and is ideal for demonstrations like this. So finally, I'll leave the usage at 720 hours. So just let's leave it at that, which represents a virtual machine running continuously throughout an entire month. So as I continue to configure each of these settings, notice how the estimated monthly cost updates automatically. So it was around 200 and something once I opted for the B series. It came down to 11.53. This is exactly why the pricing calculator is so useful. It gives us immediate feedback on how our design choices affect cost. Let's take it a step further and let's see what happens when we increase the size of the virtual machine. So I'm going to select a more powerful instance. So let's move on. We want a more powerful instance. So we are moving from 1 gigabyte. So let's say 32 gigabyte, 8 cores. Now, boom, you see, it moves straight to 299.30 USD. Let me bring it down to 16 gigabytes. This I can afford. This demonstrates an important principle in Azure. Always choose the smallest resource that comfortably meets your workload requirement. Oversizing resources is one of the easiest ways to increase cloud costs unnecessarily. I want us to look at what happens when we change the Azure region. So I will switch from UK South to another region. Depending on the region selected, you may notice that the estimated price changes. So if I go for UK West, 148. If I move to West US, 156. If I move to East US, 132. So when choosing a region, organizations usually balance three things: cost, performance, and regulatory requirements. And you also need to understand that Azure pricing can vary across regions because operating costs differ around the world. So factors such as electricity, infrastructure, taxes, and local demand would all have a part to play in influencing the price. Now, let's work on one other thing by reducing the number of hours. So if we are assuming that it's running for the entire month, that's about 730 hours. But what if the server is only needed during office hours? So I'll reduce the running time to approximately 160 hours. Let's see what's going to happen to our cost. Now, boom, you see, 29.12. So this illustrates one of the biggest advantage of cloud computing, which is you paying for what you use. So if a virtual machine isn't needed overnight or during weekends, stopping it can significantly reduce your monthly cost. So now that we've estimated the cost of our virtual machine, let's continue building our Azure environment by adding storage. And we know that almost every Azure solution needs storage, whether you are storing documents, videos, images, applications, data, or backups. Azure Storage plays a critical role. So what I'll do is I'll head over to my search and just type storage account. So once that pops up within my search result, I'll just hit on add estimate. So before I do that, just take a look at what's here, 32.80. I'll click on add storage. Now it's gone to 54. So I can come to view to take me to my storage account section. Simplicity. Okay. So now I want my storage to be in UK South. Let me check if my virtual machine is also in UK South. Yes, so that's also in UK South. Perfect. So for performance, I'll just leave it at standard. And for redundancy, we just leave it at LRS, and this is going to store 3 copies of our data within a single Azure data center. And I believe we went through the LRS, JRS, and the Jews. Yes. So that's what we did. So if you've forgotten, you need to go back to refresh your memory on that. So making it one of the most cost-effective redundancy option. And finally, I will set the storage capacity to let's say 100 gigabyte. This is about 1,000 gigabyte. So let me take it to terabyte. That's too much. So let me make it 1 terabyte. Just 1 terabyte should be enough for what we want to achieve. So if you take a look at the total estimated cost, we moved from all the way 23 to about 53 because we just added storage. That is the beauty of this. So, and the next stage is to add a network bandwidth. Okay, and that is the next service we'll be adding. So what I'll do is to go all the way up. Now, change my search parameter to bandwidth. Now I'm going to add it to estimate. Once I add, the value here should change. So add to estimate. Now I'll go to view 53.69, and that is my what? Bandwidth section. So in many scenarios, sending data in Azure is free. However, when you send data out of Azure, known as outbound data transfer, may incur charges depending on the service and destination. So let's think about our FITTS training platform. Every time a learner downloads a course material, watches a training video, accesses learning materials, data leaves Azure and is delivered to that learner. So as the number of learners grows, so does the amount of outbound data. So adding bandwidth to our estimate helps us understand how data transfer contributes to the overall monthly cost. So destination region East Asia, we can be changing it. Yeah, but you won't see anything here at the minute because outbound, once we start, sending data out of Azure, then we can have our estimated monthly cost. Is that okay? So maybe South India, New Zealand, you decide. UK South, then I'll pick UK West. Then I can increase this too. So as I increase my outbound data transfer, you see what's happening. So that's going to give me more monthly cost. So if people are accessing our resources and within a month it's worth 20 gigabytes, then that's how much it's going to cost us. So that's the beauty of this. So it's very simple and straight to the point. So let's take a moment to review what we've built. Our estimated Azure environment now consists of, so at the very top, we have a virtual machine, and we also have our storage account, and we also have our network bandwidth. So together, these represent a simplified cloud solution similar to what a small training organization might deploy. And one of the biggest advantages of the Azure Pricing Calculator is that it automatically combines the estimated cost of all these services into a single monthly estimate. So instead of trying to calculate everything manually, Microsoft does the work for us. So as architects and cloud administrators, this helps us understand the financial impact of our design decisions before we deploy anything. So big thumbs up to Microsoft for making it easier for all the administrators. Okay. Now that we are satisfied with our estimate, Microsoft allows us to export or share it. In a real organization, these estimates are often reviewed by project managers, finance teams, and business stakeholders before any Azure resources are deployed. So instead of presenting rough figures, administrators can provide a detailed estimate that explains exactly what services are included and how much each service contributes to the overall monthly cost. So this makes budgeting much more transparent and helps organizations make informed investment decisions. Before we finish, it's important to understand one final point. The Azure Pricing Calculator provides an estimate, not a final invoice. Your actual Azure bill depends on how your resources are used after deployment. For example, if you run your virtual machine for fewer hours than expected, your actual cost may be lower. On the other hand, if your application receives more users than anticipated or stores more data than planned, your monthly bill may increase. That's why organizations typically use a pricing calculator before deployment and Azure cost management after deployment. So the two tools complement each other very well. Before we quickly recap what we've covered today, we can scroll down. That is, if you want to export this, you hit on export to Excel, or you can save or save as, depending on the options you're comfortable with. So just click on that to see what you're going to do. Okay. So we learned that the Azure Pricing Calculator is a free Microsoft tool that helps estimate the cost of Azure resources before they are deployed. And we added a virtual machine, Azure Storage, and network bandwidth to our estimate and explored how different configurations choices affect the estimated monthly cost. We also saw that changing the Azure Region, virtual machine size, storage capacity, or usage hours can significantly influence pricing. Using the pricing calculator helps organizations budget effectively, compare deployment options, and make informed cloud decisions before spending any money. In today's lesson, we've taken another important step in understanding Azure management and governance. Planning costs before deployment is an essential cloud skill, and the Azure Pricing Calculator makes the process straightforward and transparent. In our next lesson, we will explore another valuable Microsoft planning tool, the Azure Total Cost of Ownership Calculator. Unlike the pricing calculator, which estimates the cost of Azure resources, the TCO calculator helps organizations compare the cost of running workloads on premises and migrating those workloads to Azure. We will see how businesses use this tool to evaluate long-term savings and build a business case for cloud adoption. Until then, remember, you've got to understand first, practice second, and conveniently master both. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.